Yeah, I thought it was an absolute grind from the group. I thought the mentality was fantastic. It was difficult conditions with regard to the heat and the turf, but we talked about it all week, making sure we had no excuses when we walked out of the stadium. So really, really proud of I think the biggest thing, the mentality of the group. Thought the subs that came on did an excellent job, and I walk away obviously really, really happy that we've gotten the 3 points, but more importantly, proud of the entire group.
It's obviously uncharacteristic to see LouCity lose 3 of 4 league games, but you've come back in the last couple of weeks to win 2 straight, more business as usual. But what has the vibe and the mood been around the locker room as a result of this now?
No, it's been good. Again, I know it's easy to just look at those results and be concerned, but at the end of the day, I think my group trusts our process. We were confident in the group despite the results, and I'm confident that we'll continue to push forward and grow. We made a lot of changes in some of those games, some things that were out of our control with regard to travel, things like that. But at the end of the day, we looked at where we needed to be better in those games. We've tried to put an emphasis on it over the last couple of weeks in training and in games. And I'm confident that we'll continue to push forward, that we'll continue to get better every day on the training ground in preparation for the opponents on the weekends.
Can you discuss Sean Tosh's journey this season? He starts not in your starting 11 way back in March, but then he's also got a career high 4 goals. A couple of those were penalties, but when you look at those goals, they were important ones. I think it was back in Indy. He equalizes and you guys get a point from that. And then today he hits the game winner, but just kind of him, he's an all league defender, but it looks like the floodgates are maybe opening a little bit up for him offensively as well.
Yeah, I have a good problem right now, and it's that I genuinely believe I have 4 center backs that can start in any game, and it's up to the group to continue to perform in training and in games. Tosh, I thought, did a really good job tonight managing the line. I thought he did a really good job. Obviously, on his goal, he took it really well. And for him, it's continuing to plug away and put together a string of good performances. So I was happy for him. I thought he took his goal excellent. He was excellent taking his goal, and we'll continue to evaluate to see who plays on the weekends.
What did you think about Danny Fondes, especially up to the point where you all did get the goal? It noticed, I think, 11 offside calls for Hartford, and then they did get the 2 balls over the top where they stayed onside. I don't know if those were related and that was maybe their strategy and the scout on them, but I guess he put you all in a position to win by stepping up to make a couple of big saves.
Yeah, it was the scout on him, and there were a couple balls that did get in behind, but I did think on the whole for 90 minutes the back line did a really good job of dropping in the right moments, and Danny comes up big in the saves that he needed to make. He's done a really good job of staying patient. I've been really proud of how confident he's been both in training and in the games that he's been playing. And I think when you look at how Hartford wanted to play, the players were certainly prepared for those moments that you're talking about. They knew that it was coming, and I thought then it's about executing our ideas defensively, and I thought they did that.
For a guy like Danny, I mean, what comes to mind when you think about him? I mean, is it respect or just like his stick-to-itiveness to, he'd never played in a league game before last week, but I think he'd been on 3 teams in the league, and just to kind of stay with it in his career and go through open tryouts here in Louisville. Just, I don't know, what can you say about him? Both as somebody who's gotten on the field, but what it can mean for your locker room.
I mean, I just, when you look at, the first thing that comes to mind is, listen, everybody has a different pathway, and Danny's mentality, his willingness to want to be the best every single day. People have no idea the amount of work that he does behind the scenes. And he's a crucial part of what we want to do. Our goalkeeping core has been excellent. All 3 of them in Parker, in Danny, and in Kyle. They have a really good relationship. They push one another. What I would say about Danny is, I think when you look at his journey and where he came from with us this year, he's earned this. He's earned everything that he's gotten here at LouCity, and I'm really, really proud of him. He's a joy to work with every single day, and as you said, he made some big saves tonight that get us 3 points. You know, he's the one individual we pointed out in the locker room, and we were all celebrating with, because for him this is probably a really special moment, and he deserves it.
And then lastly, just some injury updates. Obviously, Manny Perez gets back on the field today. Wilson in a substitute role appears again. And where does that leave you with Cameron Lancaster and Kyle Morton in particular as you move forward here?
Yeah, so both Manny and Wilson, obviously Manny was coming back. We didn't want to put him in a tough spot that he wasn't ready for physically. So he starts on the bench. Wilson was carrying a little bit of a groin issue. So we knew he wasn't going to start today, but certainly came in, and I thought he did really, really well. With Cameron, groin injury, I would just say he's still day to day. I don't want to put a timetable on that. Don't want to put any pressure on him from that. Kyle's plugging away, doing a really good job. I don't think he's too far away at this point. And Corbin was out today just with an illness, so we missed him because of that. I think that's everybody.